Everyone factoring into today's video, it's 5-day forecast today, having a detailed look at the weather for the next 5 days across the British Isles. It's going to be turning more unsettled again over the coming 5 days. We're starting off generally fairly dry, some showers in the southeast today, but generally fairly dry, quite cold. It's going to be cold tonight for bonfire night, so if you're off to fireworks or bonfire parties, wrap up warm, because it's going to be going sub-zero, not while the fireworks going on, but late during the night towards midnight and after midnight. Temperatures will be going sub-zero in quite a few places, down to -1, -2, possibly -3. But after that, I think the temperatures lift up through the next couple of days, Thursday, Friday into Saturday, as wet and windy weather sweeps back in off the Atlantic. We're only going up towards average. I don't foresee anything particularly mild coming up over the coming 5 days, and generally, as I say, quite an unsettled period. Now here we go on 5-day forecast. To say about the ad says links to articles sitting underneath the weather video here on my homepage. Have a browse through the widget, and if there's any articles that you're interested in, just click through. You'll be able to go off and read those articles at the same time. You have to support GazWeatherVids.com. The green keyword ads on some of the pages, so if you right cursor over green keywords, they'll display ads. But if you click through words, you go down to our website, be supporting GazWeatherVids.com. And GazShop is open for business, so if there's anything you want to buy at Amazon, any Christmas shopping you want to do between now and Christmas, just go to GazShop. You find the button underneath the weather video here on my homepage. Click on GazShop, it'll take you to GazShop, and then from there, the key to it all is to click through the Amazon banners. I've got a few items in GazShop for you to browse for your amusement, but that's not the key to it. The key to it is to click through the Amazon banners, and because you're going from GazWeatherVids to Amazon, when you do your Christmas shopping at Amazon, GazWeatherVids will get a royalty fee on the things that you are buying. Thanks so much for doing that. These things help to pay the website, so thanks for getting involved and doing that. Right then, let's get on with the video. The charts are coming from theweatherout.com and weathercentral.de. I've been linked to both of those websites on the links page. Got showers running down the east coast today. Some quite heavy showers and fairly persistent showers as well across East Anglia and the far southeast. I think quite a wet day down there, but otherwise largely dry. A few showers through the Irish Sea, but many places dry and fine today. Here's today's tropic pressure chart. It's at the area of low pressure just off the coast of East Anglia, producing those showers, but generally we are under the very, very weakest of transient ridges. But this next area of low pressure waiting in the Atlantic going to be the main driver for the second half of this week. So a few showers running down the east coast this afternoon, heavy showers for East Anglia and southeastern England, possibly merging into longer spells of rain for some places. Elsewhere, lots of dry and fine weather with good sunny spells. Temperatures are on the chilly side, so only at around 6 to 11, something like that. 11 is 54 in Fahrenheit, and it'll get colder tonight as it goes dark. So this is tonight's chart with low pressure beginning to move in off the Atlantic. That will eventually spread wind and rain into Ireland, Western Scotland, maybe into the far southwest of England as well. But the bulk of the country will be clear and dry tonight, and it's going to get really quite cold indeed. As I said at the start of the video, we're going to be going sub-zero in quite a few places, down to -1, -2, -3, so a fairly widespread air frost, particularly from the Midlands northwards. But even in the south and southeast, there could be some frost pockets as those showers ease away from southeast England. May have to worry about a few icy patches here and there as well. A proper old sort of early winter night to come tonight. But eventually in the west, the temperatures will lift up as that wet and windy weather sets in. Could be some mist and fog patches around as well. So as I say, if you're off to bonfire and firework parties tonight, wrap up warm. Yeah, put your gloves on, and do, of course, take care with those fireworks. Right, as we go into tomorrow, wet and windy weather sweeps in across the country, so it's all changed tomorrow. We'll start off dry and bright, cold, of course, with frost in eastern parts, but cloud, wind and rain in the north and west will spread across all parts of the country through the day, probably not arriving into East Anglia and southeast England until the time it goes dark, or maybe even after dark. Tightly packed ice bars, so it's going to be a windy day tomorrow. It'll be gales around southern and western facing hills and coast. It could be quite a cold day as well. Temperatures generally just 5 to 10, something like that. In fact, it could be cold enough for some of that rain to fall as snow on the leading edge over the high ground of Scotland, and maybe over tops of the Pennines as well. But it will eventually turn back to rain as slightly less cold air begins to tuck in. But it'll certainly feel cold tomorrow as that wind gets up. As we move through Thursday night into Friday, all areas will turn wet. It's going to be a really wet night, and then as we go into Friday, those fronts are only very slowly clearing the country. So I think it'll be quite a wet day actually on Friday, with persistent outbreaks of rain on and off through many central east parts of the country anyway for much of the day. Very gradually clearing away into the North Sea with brighter skies and showery conditions edging in from the west around this main area of low pressure. It could be well on into the day before that rain clears eastern parts of the country. Temperatures will be ticking up a bit though, so we're going up to around 7 to 13, something like that. Not overly mild of course, but ticking up a little bit compared to where they have been through most of this week. As we move through into weekend, we may bring another little trough feature through across England and Wales on Saturday, so I could take advantage of quite wet weather across England and Wales. Some heavy rain through the south of the country on Saturday. It's sunshine and showers further north around this main area of low pressure. Temperatures again between around 7 and 13 degrees. As we move through into Sunday, a nose of high pressure is trying to reach down from the north, so certainly probably the best day of the weekend. This low pressure could still be threatening some cloud and showers in the south and the southeast of the country on Sunday. You've got to keep an eye on that, whether that gets upgraded, that little area of low pressure. But overall, the signals of Sunday aren't bad. Quite a bit of dry weather, fairly good sunny spells. Temperatures may be edging down a bit again though, so perhaps going back towards the sort of temperatures we've got right now, 6 to 11, something like that. It could be quite cold on Sunday night with a risk of frost and patchy fog in some places, and then it's back to square one on Monday, the end of 5-day forecast period, as this next area of low pressure begins to move in. So after a dry and bright start, maybe some frost and fog, cloud, wind and rain will start to spread in off the Atlantic, and that probably seals us in to quite an unsettled spell through next week with further showers or longer spells of rain. Here is the charts from the Weather Outlook finally, just so you can see the weather in your area over the coming 5 days. Lots of dry weather today with showers coming down the eastern side, particularly around East Anglia and southeastern England. A cold night with frost in quite a few places. Tomorrow though, it's all changed. It turns wet and windy from the north and west, maybe not arriving into the far southeast until after dark, but most places will be having rain by the end of Thursday afternoon, and it's going to be turning windy as well. I'm feeling cold in those winds. Moving through into Friday, we're going to start off with quite a lot of rain there on Friday morning. Very gradually that'll push away into the North Sea with brighter skies and showers following in from west. Temperatures lifting up a little bit. Wet again, possibly for England and Wales on Saturday. Drier, although still with showers further north. Sunday looking okay, fair amount of dry weather on Sunday, although we've got to watch out for showers in the south, but many places probably having a dry day on Sunday. Temperatures edging back down a bit, could be cold on Sunday night. And then here comes the next batch of rain, moving in to the west and across the country as we move into Monday, and that could be accompanied by some quite strong winds as well. So in summary, we're in a proper autumnal phase now. The warmth that we had last week through the end of October is a dim and distant memory. It's autumnal, it's chilly, starting off not too bad, fair amount of dry weather, frost and maybe some patchy fog tonight, and then wet and windy weather sweeps across the country Thursday and Friday. Still could be some quite heavy rain in the south on Saturday, certainly not too bad. More rain after a chilly start on Monday. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.